But like when people were talking about KD in terms of his like dribbling ability and ball handling ability, and Mars would always allude this too. Like he's always had suspect hands, especially when he gets defensive pressure or he's the primary ball handler for a team and doesn't have an elite point guard next to him. So when people this whole time were saying, "Okay, is elite handle," when I know he's very turnover prone, worthy, and he can be bothered, it was weird. I'm like, what are y'all looking at eye test wise? Are you looking at flash?
But that's
it has to be highlights.
No. I was gonna. I can answer that right now, because at his position, he has the best handles. Because look, like I just told you about Tatum. Hold on. Let me explain to you. If you look at Tatum playing defense on like a small, he's playing defense on Brunson, Trae Young, like faster guys. I'm sorry, but for KD at his position, he plays good and he has great ball handling for his position. But when he plays against other guys that are more advanced that actually knows his count, that's the problem. Look at even Kobe saying it. Kobe said he had the upper hand because before he got out the league, he couldn't catch KD's count. He's been in the league long enough to where now younger and faster guys can get that count to where they're making him look sloppy on certain plays. KD has great handles for his size and his ability.
Nah, he said early KD couldn't. He said early KD. I don't know if it was right or left hand. He said he couldn't shoot.
Oh, for the right hand.
Yeah, and he said that once he learned that like that was KD's weakness. I always thought that, but like as a 6'11", as a 7-footer, 6'11", 6'7", whatever you think KD is, and at his position and his size, and even when you look at his peers, especially when they get older, when you lose agility, foot speed, like those type of things, it's just gonna be harder, and it is harder anyways to be a tall guy dribbling through traffic. So like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like KD's handle is bad. It might look bad in comparison to someone like Kyrie or even a smaller guard in general, because they're more nimble. They can get through more space because they're just smaller. With KD, he's playing like not looking down, but there's help, and it's just like he's more prone to actually losing the ball. Because at the end of the day, he's wait, let me finish. The fact that he is 6'10" and he has the ability to actually give you like a counter or two, and still playing in space like that is still very much impressive to me. Like that's just
KB. But that explanation you gave, I never hear when people actually explain KD. They're always like, "Oh no, his handle was just best in the league."
Yeah, but that's what they mean, bro. Obviously,
it's because he's tall.
I really want to know who you talk to about basketball sometimes, man. Yeah. I'll be here.
We're not gonna act like we haven't heard the KD 7-foot handles like a guard stuff. We're not.
No. I've heard that. But I haven't in my like I don't say in my life, but I have like rarely heard someone say KD has the best handles of the NBA. I've heard.
No, I'm not saying that.
Yeah, like they always say for a 7-footer, don't they?
But it is for a 7-footer because you gotta look as a 7-footer. As a 7-footer, you have a higher control point of the ball. As a 7-footer, you have a higher control point of the ball than you do as a 6-footer or a 6'2". Because think about it, KD's wingspan is much wider than mine. So for him to go from left to right, it takes longer, and I could time that a lot quicker than me going in and out like that because I'm smaller than him, and I could go to a quicker direction than he can. But he's still advanced with his ball skills.
So how does KD get into the most skilled ever conversations? Because that's all I heard.
It's because of the angles.
It's because of how skilled he is for his size. It's the same reason 10 years from now they're going to say Wemby's in that conversation.
Yeah.
Even though Wemby's handle is never going to be God-like.
You don't think it's impressive that a 7-footer has the able to like to shoot
it? It is impressive. It is impressive, Cade.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay.
No, I said it is impressive, but the thing is, I heard.
I don't know what that sequence was.
Not just on this platform, but just in casual speak, people will talk about KD. That 4-7-footer thing, I only hear that when I actually point out examples when he gets exposed for the 7-foot thing being a detriment to his handle. Then people are like, "Oh, 4-7-footer." Every time I actually challenge it, it's like, "Oh, 4-7." Because if you go leave it unchallenged, people will have you believing KD has one of the best 10 handles in the league. That's all I'm saying.
Like I ain't gonna lie, and like in his absolute prime, he was kind of up there because like he was moving a bit crazy.
He
came from Texas. You talking about like 2014 times?
Yeah, like he was. I ain't gonna lie. I was seeing KD do stuff that I don't even think some guards can do. I ain't gonna I'll be honest.
See what I mean?
I'll be honest.
See what I mean?
But that's at his absolute. No. But listen, football. That's at his. That's it. Listen, just listen.
KD when he had a first step was kind of different.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like Mars, you telling me that peak KD handle guy was not like doing stuff that you could like an average guard was not gonna able to pull off, bro. He just wasn't.
Like Seattle Supersonic KD. Yes,
I think I don't think I would ever say KD handled like a guard. I don't think I would.
Yeah, thank you.
Look, I don't think he did neither, but I think there was stuff that he did that guards could.
KD had a very good hand.
It's the player choice way. Yeah, them boys don't get it started. The player choice way. Yeah, the player choice way. Come and switch lanes into the player choice way.